know, those can be a little esoteric at times. All right, this is going to be great. We're just going to build a wall here, guys. It's going to be a 2-high wall. I mean, we're not like too high, but you know, two blocks. And yes, it'll be the perfect foundation for other things. Because for lack of a better term, I don't know what else to do with these bricks. Whoops, this is like a puzzle from somewhere. I hated Tetris. I was never good at it. It wasn't my cup of tea. All right, this is going to be the first floor that I have ever built, just because I need to get rid of this material. Oh, this is wow. Okay, there we go. Switch around. Beautiful. I'm not really going for any set pattern here. I'm just dropping it like it's hot, and it is, because it needs to get out of my storage space. All right, I think that's good enough for right now. Why don't you guys go hop to it? This will be fun. All right, you guys go to it as well. Yes, get all 8 of my guys. Where are you going? Whoa. Oh, oh, they're going to fight to the death for that brick. Hooray. Oh, he won. All right, now the rest of you, get back to work. Tell you what, Pippo, Frou-Frou, why don't you guys come on over here? I need to pick up all this stuff, because I'm starting to lag, as you're noticing. I'm at 16 frames per second. That is no bueno. Well, that cleared it up a little bit. Okay, guys, I need you to... Oh, yeah, I guess I have to select just one of them. No, hey, what? All right, let's do a cleaning task right here. You guys, go to it. They're like vacuums. Where are you going? Oh, I thought you were just going to throw that over the edge. That would have been rather interesting. He's like, forget this stuff. Boss don't need it. All right, you guys can stay on that and just clean up all this mess, because we have too many instances in the world, and it is bringing down Daddy's frame rate. So work for Daddy. I am your daddy. No, I am your daddy. Could he have said? What if he had said that instead of I am your father? I am your daddy. I love the old Super Mario games. Those were great. I had a cousin that lived next door, and he had all of those back when they came out. I specifically loved Super Mario Bros. 3, and not just because it was also the TV show. In fact, I tried looking up the Super Mario Bros. show the other day. Actually, not the other day, but a while ago, and it's not what I remembered at all. I don't remember the live action bits with the dudes in the costumes at the beginning of the show. I must have suppressed that from my childhood memories, because it was kind of a surprise for me. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to watch this show again, and then I saw that and I turned it off. But another great show of the early 90s Another good cartoon show. And this was done by Hanna-Barbera, surprisingly. It was Pirates of Dark Water. And you can pick that up off of the Warner Brothers website. It's a print-on-demand sort of a thing. And I got that a couple years ago, and I love it to death. I was actually rather disappointed that years later finding out that they never completed this series. They never found all 13 treasures of Rule. I think they only found up to, or was it 7 treasures? I can't remember. I don't know. They didn't find all of them, which is a real shame. And then it just kind of skips some adventures there too, because at one point he's only got, for like the longest time, he has like 2 or 3 treasures, and then you jump in on like episode 6 or something like that, and he's got like 8 treasures or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, we just found them lying around. I'm like, what? You know, what? When I was a little kid, that just always confused me. I'm like, I'm missing something, but I watched it loyally every Saturday. And I woke up 7 o'clock, and it came on 7:30, so that gave me enough time to run into the kitchen, grab a bowl of cereal, and turn on the TV. We had an older TV, so it would take a while for it to warm up, and I may have hit it with a magnet at one point. Yeah, I would wait for the TV to come in, and I would have to adjust the aerial so that channel, I think it was 6 at the time. I believe it was ABC. 6 or ABC or NBC. I can't remember which one was which. That was a very, very long time ago. Well, and then I'd have to adjust the antenna so that it would kind of come in and be very fuzzy, and then Pirates of Dark Water. And then followed after that, I think it was Gummy Bears, or whatever it was. The berries. That one Disney one. They had a whole menagerie of things. That was back before Disney started buying out things. Actually, because there was one channel was owned by I think Nickelodeon, so you'd have some of those on there. Oh, and Recess. How could I ever forget about Recess? Yes. First there was Pirates of Dark Water, and then a couple hours later they would do the Disney segments, and Recess would come on. That was fantastic. Gave me unreasonable expectations of school. Actually, it made school a lot more tolerable back in the day, because I would have just rather have stayed home and, dug holes in the backyard and, stuff like that. Let's see, what other cartoon kind of warped me when I was a kid? Oh, yeah, and then there was also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They would come on at one point, the original, the good ones. They were the ones that actually, when you look back at it, were kind of dark. And then, let's see, a very short-lived cartoon, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. That was a good one. At least I think it was. I haven't looked it up. In fact, through the power of the internet, I can probably find some episodes, and they're probably awful. And the first thing you're gonna shout is G.I. Joe. They never came on at my television. I had friends who owned some of those on VHS back in the day. And we'd sit there and we'd watch those. I did, however, have the G.I. Joe movie, the animated movie, which was interesting, but it made no sense to me. It just felt like they were trying to push a new, gross toy line. The animation was fun and everything like that, but I just did not. I never accepted what they did to Cobra Commander. Here he was like the main bad guy for pretty much the entire series, and then in the movie they just, unceremoniously kill him off in the form of mutation. And I can dig so deep into why that concept is just totally bogus and wrong. Especially for a kid's movie. Can you imagine? Where were my friends? Oh, speaking of odd metamorphosizing characters in cartoons, what was those? It was like they were not like Animorphs or Morphoid or something like that. But it's very. I need to look it up. I distinctly remember because my mother worked at a video rental place, and I poured through every available cartoon there was at the time, and I came across this one. It was like these giant monster things that lived underground, right? And there was a team of like specialists or something like that, and they had suits. Each one had a unique sort of suit, and they'd go underground and they would fight these creatures and keep them from emerging on the surface. And they were just very it was a very dark cartoon show I can remember when I was a kid. I remember seeing it for the first time and then just walking out into the blazing sun of daylight, and you feel wrong, you feel robbed, but you wanted to watch it again. That's the kind of feeling that it gave me when I was a kid, because I'd never seen anything like that. It was like a cartoon a cartoon like Looney Tunes. No, it was actually rather dark for a cartoon, I must say. I will post maybe I can I'll do some research after this, and I'll put it in the annotations or the notes, and let you know exactly what the name was. I mean, unless you figure out what the name is before me, then please, by all means, post it in the comment section. I would love to hear your experience with some of those older cartoons, if you've seen them. I mean, my audience now, I don't know what your age is, but yeah, you should try looking up some of these older cartoons and checking them out, like SWAT Cats and Pirates of Dark Water. Those are both Hanna-Barbera. And then Gargoyles, the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, although not sometimes. I mean, you could be looking at these shows through the nostalgia glasses, but from what I do remember of them, was that they were actually generally pretty fun, and they're worth watching just to see the progression of where the industry was, where our mindset was then as opposed to now. I think it'd be worth just checking out. All right, how are you guys doing over here on the floor? Great, coffee break. Well,